Okay, here we go. Next job on the wife's Mercedes is to replace these lower control arms. If you look here, and this, that gungy looking stuff, these have got some kind of hydraulic fluid, I guess, or gel, and they are both leaking, or have leaked, and there ain't nothing left. So that means they're not doing the job they should do and need to replace them. You have a ball joint over here that has to be undone, and a big ass nut. Let me see if I can, hang on a second. Let's try and show you the nut. If I can get the light in there, I can see it, but you can't. There, can you see that nut in there? That has to come out. But to do that means, hang on a second, it means this panel has to come off, which means you've got to undo various nuts. Looks like this is split too. This panel has to come off. There are bolts there that have to come out, and no doubt numerous ones at the front that also have to come out, and back here that have to come out because of all these bloody crappy plastic shields everywhere. So let's get those out of the way, then we'll move on, and I'll show you what we've got to do to try and get these items out. In fact, one thing I am going to do right now, and these probably don't need it, is I'm going to spray them with PB Blaster just to loosen them up or aid me undoing them. They look like they're a special type of locking nut. Our good old Germans, they come out with some interesting stuff. Some of it's a pain in the ass, some of it's really good. Not sure about these yet. I'll let you know when I undo them. And I'm hoping that all I have to do is undo that nut there and undo that bolt there, which I'm assuming is a nut and a bolt, and it'll just pop out, won't it? You know, just pop, there it'll be done. All right, let's get on with it and stop procrastinating. I've been putting this job off for quite some time, and then my wife ordered the parts, so I have to do it now, otherwise I'm going to be in big trouble. You don't want to be in trouble with your wife. I've been in trouble with my wife. It's never good. And sometimes I don't even know why I'm in trouble. But that's the joy of being married. All right, let's get on with it. I'll take this cover off. I'm not going to show you how to take the cover off. I'm sure you'll be able to figure that out. Undo the nuts and pull it off. And then we'll jack her up, because that will probably be easier. Although, my God, I tell you what, there's not a lot of room, is there, in there to get a ball joint splitter in? That's going to be fun, isn't it? Not much fun in Stalingrad. Well, one can but try. I'll take the wheel off as well. It'll just make life a lot easier. All right, let's get on with it. All right, everything is soaked in PB Blaster now. And the next task, once it's all dried out, well, not dried out, sorry, soaked in, then that will be to undo these bolts here. Also, while you've got these panels off, it's a good idea to just have a quick look around, see if anything untoward's going on. Sorry, PB just dripped in my eye. This one doesn't seem as if there's anything too serious going on. The only thing I did discover is there's a rubber flap here which is just broken up and falling off. I'm not going to worry about it. It's just to guide the air, so yeah, not going to worry about that at all. Also gives you a chance to look around here, see if there's anything terrible going on, you know, with the hoses and leaks. but I don't see anything on this vehicle, other than of course I soaked it in PB Blaster and over there as well. And I will be giving that a clean with brake cleaner prior to putting everything back together, because I don't want that PB Blaster floating around and getting on the rotor or even on the disc. Har har. So next is to start undoing these. I don't know what size they are, but I will find out and let you know. No, it's not a cam bolt. Let me show you the new one. Sorry, it's a bit of a struggle getting that from under there. The new one, I've noted, see, has a specially shaped hole which can adjust the caster camber, I guess. So got to be careful about that. Make sure I get the bolt back in the exact same location. And also do note that this one isn't hydraulic. It just appears to be a rubber bush, which is a lot better, of course. Okay, so the only thing I think we have to be careful of is the fact that with the bolt in there, got to get it in the right position. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll mark. What do I do? Don't know. I'll give it some thought, and I'll let you know what I decided to do and how I decided to get it back in the right place. I'm sure it's going to be something simple. All right. So this is a 21. That is a 21, and up here you have a E20. Yeah, one of these bloody things. I hate it when Mercedes do that, and VW is another one that does it. Seems these Germans like these things rather than a proper socket nut. All right, now my plan, and I hope I'm right in this, and if I'm not, by the time you watch this video it'll be too late. I don't think this can move. We have this holding the wheel, we have this holding the wheel. They're all holding that, which the ball joint is in position. Therefore this cannot move either way without the wheel moving. My theory, as always, the theory that is mine, is that cannot go in a different position. I'm going to look at the new one just to make sure it's not an up and down position, it is a sideways position. And what I'm going to attempt, and I don't know if it's going to work, is to split that ball joint without taking the weight of the vehicle. My concern is that if I do that, then the suspension drops. Although it should pivot in the same point, I'm just a little reluctant to do it, but I don't know if I have enough room to get my fork in there and split that ball joint without hitting the backing plate of the rotor. It's a pisser. I don't really want to take the tie rod end off and start beating on that arm to get it up, but I'll do what I have to do to get this job done. First thing I think I'm going to do now is give it a good spray of brake cleaner there, just to rinse off that PB Blaster so that I'm not fighting with that. Yeah. And also it gives it time to evaporate and clear off. Wish me luck. I'm about to find my fork for my air hammer and get it off. You will see. All right, I've jumped way ahead here. I could not get the ball joint to separate from underneath the other side, so my only option is to remove the caliper, remove the rotor, remove the hub, remove this shield, and then I should be able to get to it from this side and it should be easier. There are 3 Torxes that have to be removed. Give me a second, I'll tell you what size that is. I will. It's a T30. God, where is it? Yeah, it's a T30 for those little screws, and that's them there. That's what they look like. Then you have to undo this bearing retaining screw, and these are a taper bearing. You're going to have to look up how to do it, but what I do is I'll tighten it up and then I'll back it off a quarter of a turn and then I lock it. The Allen key that I'm using to undo this is a 5mm, and it's just undo it, loosens, and then you just unscrew it. You don't have to take the Allen key all the way out. And of course I will be cleaning this up before I put it all back in. There. Now this should just pull off, which it does, nice and easy. Just put that to one side. Remove the shield. Now I can actually see the little bastard. Now I can try and separate it. Whew. Wish me luck. I'll be back. Okay, my air impact one wouldn't do it. I had to break out my master pickle fork, beat it in there as hard as I could, and then smack this. Fortunately, it has now come undone. And I'm not going to be able to get it out. Hang on, let me take you off my head. Because this is hitting here. And the only way to get it out now will be to undo this end, lower it down, and then I'll be able to pivot it out. Fuck me. What a crappy design. All right, let's get on and get the other end out, and hopefully I'll be able to lower this and it'll come out. It looks as if it will, but good God. And do note, I am not saying this is the only way to do it. And you keyboard warriors that are sitting out there saying, well, you don't have to do that, you don't have to do it that way, oh, you can do this, get off your ass and do a video if you know a better way to do it, and help the other people out. I'm showing you the method I used. It's not necessarily the only way, but it's the way that worked for me. So go forth, multiply, do a video. Don't sit there bitching that I didn't do this, or I didn't do that, or I did this, or I did that. You keyboard warriors, you're a real pain in the ass. If you can do better, do a video. All right, as I said, once I'd taken this end out, dropped it down, and this end came out quite easy. So you have to make sure that you put this end back in first. As you can see, this one is split, and split that side, and there you can see, well, a little dampness there. That's well, where the crap started to pour out from what I guess was, I don't want to say hydraulic mounted, but there you go. All right, also looking at the hole through here, it looks as if the bolt can only go in the center on this particular one. So that's what I shall aim for. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. All right. Well, putting it all back together is exactly the opposite of taking it apart. You've taken it apart this far, you know how it goes back together, don't you? Yes, and I had to really mash that fucking thing up. And I sliced all of this. I was hoping to get the fork in from the other side, but it just didn't work. And obviously you can see I pounded on this nut. Doesn't matter. I guess I could have pounded on there. But my thought was, if I can't get this fucking thing out, I've got to put the nut back on. So I didn't want to bugger up the thread. However, that did not occur. What a faff of a job. Now I'll put it all back together. My usual sign off. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe. There is other stuff on my channel that you may or may not find interesting. So get out in that garage and do some shit. Bye.